How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. And today I'm going to talk about the DJI Action 2. So if you've seen my videos before, you know I've used different type of cameras where I'm filming myself taking photos. I've used GoPros and I've recently been using the iPhone. And with the GoPro, I feel like the software just always fails on me. It always has. I feel like it always will. Every time a new one comes out, I get excited and it just ends up not working out for me. And I recently had sold the GoPro 10 and was started using the iPhone. I even bought the DJI Osmo Mobile 5 and started using that. And that gimbal is good, I think, for filming myself, because the unique thing with filming myself photographing is I'm using a camera and then I'm using another camera to film. So it's a little bit different than vlogging just with that and I'm doing other things. So I think it was a bit too much in the sense of I had to pay attention to the gimbal, which I mean you should when you're using a gimbal. It just was a little bit too much for what I was wanting to do. The ease of use to not think about it wasn't there, and that's a big problem for me because I want to be photographing and have the camera just documenting that process. And I do want to say though, the OM5, the gimbal from DJI, is amazing. There's a lot of features. I definitely check it out, especially for the price point. The price is ridiculous for what you're getting out of it. So what's interesting is I knew this camera existed. This came out, I think, around holiday season last year, maybe early this year. And the funny thing is I just seen a picture of it and it was just this. And immediately I thought it was just a version of the GoPro, whatever one that was, the Cube, where you just film and that's it. I don't even think there was a screen on it, which is why I didn't pay attention to this at all. When I seen it, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not interested. I didn't even know what it did. I just was not interested because I didn't want to have something that was just a cube and that was it, and just wasn't interested. I immediately forgot about the camera, and even when I knew I was gonna sell the GoPro 10, I was like, I'm just gonna film with my iPhone. I was just like, screw it, I'm just filming with that, and as I'm out photographing. And I was on YouTube doing my thing, editing photos. I like to throw on YouTube videos, and there was a recommendation, so I gotta give a shout out to YouTube for doing a proper recommendation. I don't remember the creator, something Mackie or something like that. I was trying to remember right when I was gonna record, but he has a cowboy hat. It's maybe like a 6-minute video or something like that, but he showed it off and it was just there. I was like, I'm gonna click it because I was just looking for some content anyways, and it's a nice video showcasing this camera. For sure, check it out. If you just type in DJI Action 2, you'll find it. But I didn't know it had all these features. So the first one, if you're here watching, you probably know these. I've been kind of blabbing this beginning, but I want to basically, this video is to show the use and what my experience is, so this will help you out. If you're looking for detailed stuff, there's definitely some detailed videos, but I want to show my favorite things with using the camera, not so much the features of the camera. So the screen is super nice. I like how you turn on automatically. It does this little vibrate, so so if like for me, that's kind of crucial, doing everything one-handed, because my photo camera is in this hand. A lot of things I'm doing one-handed, so that's nice. You get that little bit of a notification with the vibration on it. So you get the full back screen here. I like to keep it on the wide thing so I can kind of see everything that's going on if I'm filming forward. They do have a screen that you can put in the bottom. I got the battery pack version because I want to film with ultra wide. I'm still experimenting with that as well, because no matter what, if I'm like this, I know I'm filming myself. The ultra wide is insane. It's massive. I don't even need to see the screen to know I'm in the shot. Obviously I can be like super detailed, but when I'm photographing, I'm not really like trying to get super crazy with that. So eventually I might get a screen just for the fun of it, and it'll definitely help, I'll say that. And if you're wanting to have a detailed vlogging thing, I highly recommend getting it, because it'll be nice to have the front facing camera. But for me, I started off without, and also love the small size of not having the attached bottom on here. So this pops off like so with a magnet, which is super nice. I didn't even know this was a thing when I seen this earlier in the year as well, that it's just a magnet connection. I feel like I just saw the picture of the thing earlier in the year and dismissed it for sure, because this thing is a powerhouse. It's a beast. It's by far my favorite video camera I've ever used, because this size is insane. So this is my favorite handle I've ever used as well. It's the GoPro Shorty. I've gotten different ones since. This is just my favorite one. It's the size is awesome. So if I take this off, look at this size. It's super nice, and you can extend out if you want. I rarely do, but the size of this and then throwing this on here as well is so crazy. So all you gotta, like, this fits, like when I'm wearing like jeans, it fits right in my front pocket. So if I'm shooting photos and I'm not filming with it, just throw it in my front pocket, continue around, pull it back out. And it's so small, it's the same, like, it's not like the GoPro is pretty big, and like, I mean, it's not big, let's just say that. It's bigger than this, to where I'd kind of have to shimmy to put it in my pocket, you know what I mean? I have to kind of like fit it into my pocket. This just slides right in because it's so thin. That's the difference between this and, like, there's not much size to this at all. It's not even a square, you know what I mean? It, like a full, you know, cube, I should say. It's not even a cube. That is super crucial as well, is it not being in the way. I can get it out of the way. Massive features that as well. And one of my big other selling points, because I do want to get different angles when I'm out, which I rarely have done before. It's always been just filming myself like this, filming forward or something like that, kind of just using the handle. But you know what you can do with this, which is amazing, and you probably haven't noticed this whole time in this video, is I can connect it right here, and I can be filming like this. It's that simple. There's basically like a necklace, a lanyard type thing that comes with the camera, and there's a magnetic cover here, and you can just take it right off and you're good to go. So I mean, that's what's insane about this thing. And when you're connected to this, if you're wondering, it doesn't come off unless you pinch these two corners here, and then it comes right off. Yeah, you put it on here, it's not coming off. The lanyard version will knock off because it doesn't have a locking thing. It's connected to another magnet that I'm wearing under this hoodie here. And then it does work with the hoodie. It is a thicker, obviously, clothing than a t-shirt. A t-shirt would be even more secure, but it could still get knocked off. It's not like it's locked on you. If you wanted to have something locked on, especially if you're like, you know, on a motorcycle or something, you know, you could probably still do that, but a GoPro harness is obviously the secure way to go. And that's another thing I want to say is when, like, you can connect, this is a GoPro mount here, this magnet part. So you can connect this to all GoPro accessories, and then this is just, you can snap it onto whatever. Actually ordered a couple other magnetic adapters here to put on a few other GoPro accessories I have, so I don't even have to switch the magnet out. I can just plop this on whatever accessory I want to plop it on. So that's another amazing feature. So for ease of use, I mean, this thing is awesome. And I did want to say I have a video coming out where I'm at the zoo photographing, so definitely subscribe so you can check out that video. The whole thing's gonna be filmed with this DJI Action 2, and I was there for over 3 hours. I believe there's over 40 clips, and I used this camera, just this top without the bottom, pretty much the whole time. Only time I put the bottom on was when I filled the internal memory, and I filmed some while I was on there, while I was in this area. And the amazing thing with this as well is, so this has 25 or so gigs internal space on the settings that I have. So once you fill that up, which is still a lot of clips, is once you put the bottom part on with the SD card, you can transfer the files off of this onto the bottom part. I'm just gonna grab the bottom part, I'll be right back. All right, so this is the camera here, and then this is the battery. So it connects just like would to the tripod mount. So this has an SD card slot, and this also charges this top as you go. And so this extends the battery life basically. And so once this internal memory fills up, if you're using it separately, you can transfer it to this SD card, and you can just take this back off and just have the discrete smaller camera, or you can just film the whole time with this on and just have a lot of space. Because you can just film it to the SD card as well. So it's the same thing, you know, you can just, you know, connect it like this, which is awesome. Same thing, this thing's not gonna come off. It connects the same way, just like so. And that's just another way of filming with it as well. So yeah, if you're going for a long period of time and wanting to film a lot more, you can just leave it on here. I was at the zoo for over 3 hours, and I was just using just this camera, and then eventually I attached this on to do a transfer. And the nice thing, it charges the camera for a little bit as well. So when I was doing that, I just left it in my pocket, and it charged up this as I went, and I took the pack off. I'd say when I didn't time it, but the memory card was full, and when I transferred it, I'd say it maybe took 10 minutes around that time. I also do want to say the whole time recording at the zoo, and it was probably 90 degrees, and I was filming, they're all smaller clips. I mean, there was some range to a few minutes long, but I didn't have any overheat issues. It didn't shut off. It didn't do anything weird or anything like that. And so for ease of use with the DJI Action 2, I give it a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend it. And I want to thank you for watching this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.